Hello friends, my name is Dr. Jyoti Prakash, Assistant Professor, School of Management Sciences, Lucknow. In Unit 2, in fact, the next topic is customer expectation and perception of services. In the earlier videos, I have explained the importance of the perception and the expectation of customers. So, it is also one of the important or crucial consideration from a service provider's point of view, that he or she must understand the expectation of the customers, what are the expectation and the type of expectation, and how perception will be formed in the mind of the customers, and what strategies you should adopt in order to form a positive perception in the mind of the customer. So, let us start. So, in the first slide, obviously the variable or the term expectation is defined. It is the belief about the service delivery that functions as a standard or reference point against which performance is judged. Obviously, the expectation is what? We as customers just think a particular point or particular need or particular expectation, that that particular need or that particular thought that you have formed, basically that should be fulfilled and by the services of the service provider. So, it is all about the belief about the service delivery that means the expectation is just like a standard. You compare that standard with the performance of the service provider. When if the standard is met out, obviously there will be a positive outcome, and if the standard is not met, obviously it will result in negative consequences. So, it is also a reference point that helps out in the customers in just identifying the need, or in being a customer you just evaluate the effectiveness or the performance of the service provider. So, it is somehow a belief or a standard or reference point that a customer is holding towards the performance of the service provider. So, we can say that the customer expectations are what? The customer expectations are like the standard or the reference point against which a customer basically compares or judged or evaluate the performance of the service provider. So, expectations can broadly categorize, or expectation can be of these types like minimum tolerance expectation, acceptable experience based norms, normative expectation and the ideal expectation. Ideal, the name itself refers that expectation the customer is having in the latent mode, and that he or she wants to fulfill in some days or in obviously in the lifetime of them कि हाँ हमें ये fulfill करनी, हमारी expectation fulfill होनी ही चाहिए. Like they want to go to a restaurant which somehow serve the services or the level of food or the type of food which somehow serves or which somehow similar to the restaurants or the services of America. So, we just wish, we just desire to go to that service provider. That is all about ideal expectation. Normal expectation, normal means because this restaurant is expensive, this hotel is expensive. So, the more money they are taking from us, the services and the type of food they will deliver, they will obviously good. The more expensive the service provider is, the more good the offerings they will offer to us. That is all about normative expectation. The third one is experience based. Whatever the experience that or the past experiences that the customer is holding about the service provider, on the basis of that the expectation is formed out. Suppose you go to you went or you have gone through to some hotel or some saloons, and after availing the service you are not satisfied with that. So, you have experienced that you will not go or you will not suggest anyone to go to that saloon or that beauty parlor or that service organization. So, that is all about experience based norm. Acceptable expectation is what? If a service provider is there, if an organization named services, if an organization is providing services to customers, that should be available in an adequate manner. Means there must be some people, there must be a simple process, and there are certain evidences which somehow justify the characteristic of their service provider. That is all about acceptable expectation, and that is minimum tolerance expectation. I am going, as customers we know that that service provider is not so good, but we are going to that service provider because of low prices. Obviously we as Indian are very much sensitive about our pocket. ठीक है, services नहीं मिलेगी, but हमें we are paying, we have to pay low price or we have to pay less price for availing that service, so we should go to there. हमें इतना ज़्यादा नहीं करना, हमें इतना ज़्यादा नहीं जाना, बट हम जाएंगे बिकॉज ऑफ आर पॉकेट अलाउिंग दैट आप वहाँ जाओ, भले आपको सर्विस नहीं मिल रही है, बट यू आर गोइंग देयर बिकॉज ऑफ लो प्राइस. सो दैट इज़ मिनिमम टॉलरेटिंग एक्सपेक्टेशन. वी आर टॉलरेटिंग द worst performance or the bad performance of the service provider, but we are going to that there, or we are going to that service provider because of the low price. So somehow we are tolerating at certain benefits. So these are different types of expectation. So these expectations can broadly classified into two types of expectation, like desired one and adequate one. The first one is desired service expectation. It is that level, or it is the upper level of expectation that the customer expect to receive in coming time or in any time of the duration or the lifetime. It is the mental expectation of the customers which he or she hopes and wishes to receive. As I told earlier, that desired service expectation is all about the belief or that expectation that the customer wishes or desire to avail. And the second one is adequate level of service expectation. Means adequate means exactly good, or that can be sustainable, or that can be relevant, whatever the pricing or whatever the cost the customer is paying to that service provider. So adequate level of service expectation is all about, it is what available at present, and it is the minimum tolerable expectation to the customers at a certain or at minimum benefits for them. One important term has been associated with these two expectation, like desired service expectation and adequate level service expectation. Desired means a customer is having or hoping to avail that service that is desired, and adequate, that is present at now. So this zone of tolerance is all about an area that can be in the mind of the customers, that until they wishes to avail that desired level of service, they are tolerating the adequate service. That is all about zone of tolerance. At customers recognize and are willing to accept, it is all about zone of tolerance. Means we, if I am a customer, if I am going to a service provider with some expectation, with a desired expectation, but presently whatever I am getting, that is all about my zone of tolerance. I am tolerating that level of service because of the certain benefits I want, I wishes to acquire or take certain benefits from the service provider, but that service provider is unable to fulfill my wish, my desire. So that is all about desired level service. So zone of tolerance is that area or that space that the customer is minimum tolerating the level of services. In zone of tolerance, the organization and customer play a win-win game. Services about the desired desired level of expectation, obviously the customer become delighted. Means being a customer, I have never expected that if I am going to that, if I go to that service provider, I will avail or I will experience that much of services from them. Means that service provider has performed beyond the expectation of mine. So obviously I become delighted. And if the services lies below adequate level, means below minimum tolerance level, so they, in this state the customer become dissatisfied. I went to one salon or beauty parlor with some expectation, and I did not find any hygiene factor or a safety factor or the practices that they have adopted that is not basically appropriate or that is not exact or accurate. So, I become dissatisfied because it is not up to minimum tolerating level. So, in this state I become dissatisfied, and accordingly I have formed decision regarding repeating or not repeating my behaviors towards that particular beauty parlor. So, being a service provider or being a student of MOS, you should understand how our customer expectation form. So, customers expectations are formed through what customers see, hear and read obviously. So, how customers are seeing, hearing and reading the things, and from that they are forming expectations. So, these are the sources like the advertising and social media. It is one of the important or prominent role or element which help in forming the expectation of the customers. We as customer exposed to some certain advertisement and go through the different information of social medias, and we become influenced or we become informed about the things or about the suppose foodie channel पे या foodie का एक social लखनऊ foodies का एक social group बना हुआ है. In that some customer went to a restaurant and they have experienced very bad there. So, they have mentioned that do not try to do not go to that restaurant because they have not experienced a good, they are not having a good experience with that service provider or with that restaurant. So, they have given a negative word of mouth to that. So, somehow from that I have formed a customer. If I am going through that foodie channel or foodie Facebook page, so I have formed a negative perception or negative expectation that I will not go because someone has given a negative review about that. Next, company website. By going through the website of different service providers, we as customer form the expectation. Brand ambassador, the ambassador or the celebrity that they are representing, they are using in giving information about the services. On the basis of that, we as customers form the expectations. Style of building and premises, modern, dark or old. Suppose some restaurant is having a dim light. So, we expect that this particular restaurant is for a different segment group. And if the interior and exterior designing is modern, so somehow we just form out expectation that कि इतनी अच्छी building है, then obviously they will deliver a good service to us. Word of mouth from family and friends obviously plays very important role. If they say no, not good, not less performance, not as per the expectation. So, influenced by the word of mouth of the family and friends. Reviews and comparison, obviously the reviews given as I given the example of foodies Facebook page, by going through the reviews form the expectation. Articles and press coverage, by going through the print medias and available sources, a customer is having expectation regarding the service provider or regarding the organization. Price quality relationship, if the price is high, the service provider is taking or charging high prices from the customer, somehow they expect that the services that they will deliver, they will of good quality. If the price is low, obviously they cannot expect or do not expect that service provider will deliver a high level of service or a desired level of service to them. So, as per the prices, according to that the expectation of the customers is being formed. Past experiences, if the customer is having a positive experience, positive past experiences of the service provider, obviously the expectation, accordingly the expectation is formed, and if it is negative, expectation of the customers is formed in a negative manner. And comparison with other organization, by comparing one organization with different organization or with the competitors, a customer is having an expectation whether to go, whether to purchase or not. Suppose if I am I have just passed out my graduation, if I want to take admission in MBA program, so the available colleges will be compared from one another on the basis of the parameter or that I have, and whatever the result that I have found, on the basis of that I selected a particular one, and I go there, I went there and I have taken admission for MBA program. So, that is all about comparison with other organization. The next content or the next variable, important variable that has been covered in this particular video lecture, that is perception. Very much aware, and you must have heard this particular word perception. How things are being perceived, how things are being seen by the customers. Obviously, customers, every individual is different, every individual customer is different from one another. So, everyone is also sharing different characteristic in terms of perception, personality, attitude and learning. So, the way of seeing things is obviously vary from one individual to another. In the picture, one person is, the lady or the girl is saying 6, it is 6, and the older person is saying it is 9. So, the thing is same, but one person is the way of perceiving the thing is varying from one person to another. So, as per Joseph Reeds, perception includes all those processes by which an individual receives information about his or her environment, seeing, hearing, feeling, tasting and smelling. Means on the basis of the comparison, on the basis of the mental processes or cognitive processes that the individual has gone through, on the basis of that he or she basically interpret the particular thing or the particular event, as very much clear in the picture that the number is given there, one is perceiving 6 and another is perceiving 9. So, every individual is perceiving one particular thing differently from one to another. So, the next is, obviously the perception is important. One is giving you a positive feedback about a service provider and another one is negative. So, somehow there is a factor responsible for that, that is a perception, because it is also variable in nature. So, one of the most important thing that should be known by us, that what are the factors that which somehow influences customer perception. So, these are the forces like service encounter, service evidence, organizational image and price. How customer perception of the customers is formed, like the service encounter, as encounter word is very much explained in brief in previous video lectures. Like service encounter, the interaction or the encountering with the between the customer and the customer company representative, the company employees. On the basis of that, the perception is basically formed out. Suppose if you are going to take admission, if you have gone to a college with some expectation that the process or the person that they will meet out, I will meet out, they will good, and on the basis of the encounter, interaction, I have formed a positive or negative perception according to the situation. So, service encounter, the interaction between the company representative and the customer, that help out in perceiving the things about the service provider. If it is good, obviously the customer will hold a positive perception, and if it is not good, it is horrible and experience, then obviously the customer will hold a negative perception about the service provider. The next is service evidence. By seeing the, or by going through, or by experiencing the physical facilities of the service provider, the customer is holding a perception. Like we have I have taken admission in some MBA college, in one of the colleges of MBA, and whatever the promises they have made to us, like we will give you some infrastructural facilities and we will give you training and placement or EEP session, personality or development sessions, and they have actually delivered, and they have made available the required infrastructural facilities. So, by experiencing, I have hold a positive perception that whatever the promises they have made to me, they have fulfilled. So, accordingly I will be happy and I will spread a positive word of mouth about that service organization or about that college to another students who want to take admission in MBA program. The next one is organizational image. If the image or if the reputation of a particular organization or a service provider is good, obviously I will hold or we as customers will hold a positive perception about that. Like the services of a college or a services of a particular firm, TCS like SCL, they take care of their employees in a very good manner. So, obviously by seeing by having an information about that organization, that they have maintained a cordial relationship or they have maintained they basically adopt certain practices in making their employees happy. So, somehow this information about the organization helps out in forming out the perception about the service provider. The next is price. Obviously, price, if the price is high, the perception will be higher, or the perception will be positive or regarding the quality. If the service provider is taking or charging high prices to the customers, then obviously they will deliver a, we can expect or we can hold a perception that if the price is high, the obviously the quality will be of good quality, the quality will also be good. And if they are charging less price, obviously we can hold a perception that the service provider cannot provide a high level of service that we expected. So, these are the factors which determine the perception of the customers. And whatever I have explained, it has been written in points that perception is basically a process of systematic organization and interpretation of an experience. Means we are seeing the things, we are getting information about the things about the service organization, but on the basis of the evaluation or on the basis of the fulfillment of the expectation, we as customers holding perceptions regarding the performance of the service organization. And perception can be, we can say that perception is all about related to the quality of the good quality or the excellent quality of the service provider. If they are providing, being a service provider, if they are providing a good quality of service and customers are receiving as per the expectation, then obviously the customer will hold a positive perception about the service organization. Service encounters are also called moment of truth, or basically perception, the service encounters are representing that they can be proved as blocks in forming the customer perception. Obviously, in my earlier classes I have explained the relative importance of 3 more P's, that is people, process and physical evidence. In people, we are acquiring or purchasing the physical product on whatever the performance that the product has shown to us. On the basis of that, we can evaluate that the product is good or not. But in the case of service, it is very important that how a customer is going to evaluate or judge the level of process and the people who are involved in delivering the service, like if the behavior and if the interaction of the people, of the employees, of the representative of the organization is very good, if the service encounter is very good, if the moment of truth is very good, obviously they will prove or they will help the service organization in forming help the customers in basically forming a positive image about the service organization. And it is all about a flow in which we can understand the relation between expectation, perception and the outcome. Like expectation, if the a customer is going to a service provider with certain expectations, he or she is encountering with the representative or with the service organization, and on the basis of encounter, in the previous slide I have explained the importance of encountering, means the interaction between the company and the customer. So, whatever the expectation we have, we have customers have formed on the basis of those expectations, means if we are going to a service provider with certain expectations, and those expectations are basically met out with the behavior or with the encounter of the representative of the service organization. According to that, the perception of customers is being formed out. If it is good, then the customer is basically hold out a positive perception, and if it is not good, means if the encounter is not good, if the interaction is not good, is the communication process is not good, then the customer will hold a negative perception. If the perception is positive, obviously it will result in what? Satisfaction, and if the perception is negative, somehow it will result in dissatisfaction of the customer. And there is a difference between positive and negative. If a customer is holding a negative perception, obviously there is a lack of a quality, means there is a lack of the performance of the service provider. They have not delivered up to the mark quality, or they have not fulfilled the promises that they have made to the customers. They have not met out the expectation of the customers. So, there is a quality gap arise. So, being a service provider, you have to work on, you have to keep an eye on the quality aspect or the quality of service that you are delivering to the customers, because if this gap does not arises, So, obviously that will result in what? The positive outcome, that will be that is obviously the satisfaction of the customers. Means if you are holding a positive perception, you are able to hold a positive perception of the customers, then you are able to satisfy the customer, and what can be the positive consequences of the satisfaction, we are very much aware of that. So, you have to work on this quality issue. So, being a service provider, what are the quality dimensions? So, there is a scale given in the books of the, or in the theories of the service marketing, serve equal, and there are certain dimensions like reliability, responsiveness, assurance, empathy, tangibles. We can say it Ratter scale. R for reliability, A for assurance, T for tangibles, E for empathy, and R for responsiveness. What are these dimensions? Reliability, ability to perform the promised promises that you have done to your customers. Responsiveness, how quick you are in resolving the how prompt you are in resolving or addressing the issues of the customer. Assurance, whatever the expectation they have formed out, you are assuring that obviously you will give the same whatever you have expected. Empathy, taking care of the customer's need by understanding or by throwing you in the place of the customers. So, empathy like caring, individualized attention given to customers, and tangible is like the physical facilities, the equipment and the personnel and the communication materials that you are using for communicating or for making customers knowledgeable about the performance of your services. So, obviously these all things are being done for with a motive to satisfy the customers. So, satisfaction, how we can define that? Satisfaction is basically like a judgment which is done by the customers in order to compare the expectation with the performance. So, we can say that customer satisfaction is the function of value and cost, whatever the cost the customer is paying or acquiring for experiencing the services, and what value and which type of value he or she is getting, that determines basically the satisfaction level of the customer. So, outcome of the satisfaction is quality of life of customers, customer loyalty, word of mouth. Obviously, they will, if they are satisfied, they will spread the positive word of mouth to other customers. Customer is satisfied, they will again and again come to your service organization, and they will also add more and more customers to your service organization. So, that will support the organization in growing or continuing our business. Market price, if the customer is satisfied, you can charge you can set or determine price either high or low as per the expectation of the customers, I mean satisfying the customer. Better economic condition, if the customer is satisfied, that will result in earning profit or maximizing the profit. So, that will result in a better economic condition of the company. So, these are the strategies that should be taken or adopted by you student if you are working in a service organization in order to form out the customer perception. Like you have to time measure and manage the satisfaction in your quality aspect. In every encounter you have to take care of the quality issue, the quality aspect, the reliability and the responsiveness, empathy, assurance and the tangibles you have to take care all the times while all the encounter, while all the interaction between you and the customers. Plan for effective recovery if there is a lag, there is a difference. So, you should accordingly adopt strategy in order to recover that shortfalls that come from the gap or that come from the lag. Facilitate adaptability and flexibility कहने का मतलब you have to keep you have to just understand the changing preferences of the customers. According to that, you have to deliver the service, you have to develop the process of the service, so that you can satisfy the customers. Communicate whatever the things that you are promises that you are keeping promises with your customers, that should be on a realistic mode. Means you should being a service provider, you should deliver a realistic image to the customer, so that according to that they just expect and they can form a positive perception about your organization. You should provide value to the customers, and how you can provide you by working on your quality aspects. Means while working or taking care of the quality dimensions of the services, you are able to somehow forming you are helping customers in forming a positive perception about the service organization. And these are the references you can go through if you want to more information about the particular content. And have a nice day students. Thank you.